These are the 10 best Ray-Ban Meta Gen 2 settings that you have to know about, as well as some big bonus ones at the end that you really don't want to miss. So let's dive right into it. And starting it off, we have the recording quality. Now, you might already know that you can change the quality of your photos and videos on the Meta AI phone app under Media and then in Video settings. But while most people just change up the video length in here, or simply increase the resolution all the way up to the max at 3K, there are also some other improvements that you can make that a lot of users miss out on. For example, your video stabilization can be changed in here too, and this can reduce the amount of unwanted movement inside of your recordings significantly. So this could be great, especially if you want to make some videos while you're doing some sports and that are a bit more active. But maybe the biggest miss setting in here can be found if we go back and then head over to the capture enhancement, since these two options can do things such as automatically framing your view for the best quality possible, as well as crop out any obstructing parts that are in the way, such as your hair or a hat. So make sure to turn these on. And on number 2, we have the voice command upgrade, because while you can normally just say "Hey Meta" to start making a prompt, in your settings, there are a couple of ways to improve this experience. For example, under the Meta AI tab, go to the Hey Meta preferences, and in here, you can turn on the wake sound, which will now ring a little tune each time that you try to use it. So in this way, you know when your glasses are listening to whatever you were asking for. But also underneath it is the response without Hey Meta. And this will let you continue your questions after you got your first answer, so that you won't have to say Meta every single time again, but now just once at the start. Although, an even better way to do this that is kind of hidden is by unlocking the secret feature that you can find under the Customize Control tab. And here, click on Touchpad and switch on the Meta AI. And with this, you will now be able to start asking your prompt by simply holding your finger for a while on the side of your frames. So with that, you won't have to say "Hey Meta" ever again. But that also gets us directly to number 3, which are your language and voice options. Now, by default, most Gen 2 smart glasses are set to English. However, this you can quickly change to nearly any language that you can think of. But keep in mind that some of these might have a bit more limitations when it comes to the AI features. And on top of that, in here, you can also change the voice itself from a roster of built-in options. And those can go from your standard robotic voices to even John Cena himself. And the most underrated part for this by far is the speaking rate, since this slider can adjust the speed of the AI's voice, which I personally like to crank up quite a bit to save some time in the long run. But on number 4, we have a very easy and quick one, which might be able to help you out quite a lot, and that is none other than the battery safe mode. Now, when turning this on, you do have to know that the voice prompts that we mentioned earlier won't be working unless your glasses are at least 75% charged. But if you unlock the previously customized control option, then you wouldn't need that Hey Meta feature in the first place. So by doing this, you should get a lot more use and time out of your glasses on a single charge. And on number 5, we have connecting your applications to your Ray-Ban Meta Gen 2s. And this is one of the best features of your smart glasses in general. So you really want to make sure that you can make use of this properly. Now, under the communication tab, you can connect things such as your phone and WhatsApp or any of the other standard Meta social medias. And once that is done, you will also have the possibility to turn on message announcement and readouts, which will let you know who is texting or calling you without having to take your phone out of your pocket at all. So that can be pretty nice. But an even better feature can be found under the app application tab, since here you can find a bunch of third-party applications besides just the ones from Meta that you can now connect with your glasses directly. And those can go from your health and music apps to even sports. Now, a lot of new ones do get added to here every now and then. So make sure to check out this list whenever you got a big new update installed. But moving on, we have number 6, which is a great and easy improvement known as wear detection. Because when you switch this on, it means that your glasses will now only start working when they're actually on your face. So whenever you take them off, they will go instantly in sleeping mode, making sure that you don't waste any battery in the meantime. But besides all these settings, there is also one big upgrade that you want to make to your glasses that you won't find in the app at all. And that is number 7, which is regarding your lens inserts. Because while your standard Gen 2s will already come with some optics from the start, the more advanced options from Meta can often get really expensive. So a lot of users get some third-party cheaper alternatives, like the ones I have right here from VRWave. Because not only do these come at nearly half the price of those of Meta, they also come with a bunch of extras besides just your standard blue light filter. Think about the huge amount of different colors to choose from, as well as an optional glare reduction, and much more. The best of all is that these also come for all models, including the latest Skyler and Headline Ray-Bans. So if you were thinking of already upgrading your glasses, then I will also leave a link to the ones that I use down in the description below. But that gets us to number 8, which is one of the most important settings of all, and that is the privacy data. Since by default, your Ray-Bans share any and all information, including your camera view, with Meta directly. And this is obviously a big privacy concern. So to change that, you want to head over to your glasses privacy tab and turn off the share additional data and cloud media from within here. So with that, all your photos and videos are now safely stored on your own glasses and phone without them being shared with any third parties at all. But moving on, we have number 9, which is the adaptive volume. Now this setting can be found under audio with just a single toggle button on the top. And this function will automatically adjust your volume depending on the surroundings that you're in. And that means that it will be a lot easier to have a conversation with someone, even if the sounds around you are quite loud. But sadly, sometimes when you're listening to music, then this feature will also automatically turn your volume down, which can be a little bit annoying if that wasn't what you wanted. So, it is highly recommended to just test this one out for yourself and see if you like it or not. And yet another easy and quick fix that you definitely want to have is number 10, known as the microphone troubleshooting. Because when you turn this on, you will instantly make your voice controls and overall sound on calls a lot more clearer. So that makes this one of the easiest, yet honestly best solutions that should be turned on for almost anybody in general. Although, that also gets us to the bonus settings. And the first one is the Find Your Devices. And this can come in quite handy, especially if you're prone to losing or forgetting your tag every now and then. Because with this, you can track wherever they are as long as they are still turned on. Although, just keep in mind that this does take quite some battery, meaning that you won't be able to spot them anymore once the battery has run dry. And bonus number 2 is the My Eyes feature. Now this is perfect for people that have very bad vision or for those that just want a bit more security while going outside. Because My Eyes is a secondary app collaboration together with Meta that can help you identify your surroundings while also giving you information on what you're seeing. And when needed, it also has the built-in option to call directly with a real-life person that could then help you out with identifying whatever you were struggling with. So this can be a real life changer for those who need that bit of extra help. And bonus number 3 is the detailed response upgrade. Now, when you click on this, then you will see a pop-up explaining that this setting will make sure that your Meta AI will now be capable of giving you more detailed responses than before. And that while also telling you more about the environments that you're seeing. However, since this is still a work in progress, there might also be some inaccuracies, so keep that in mind. But that is not all, because there are also a lot of other big tips and tricks for the Ray-Ban Meta Gen 2s that you need to know about. So click on the video that you see on screen right now to make sure you don't miss out on that. And of course, stay awesome.